elders and the apostles at GMS, and even their elders brought it all the way down. But we now understand what the prophets wrote. We understand what manifestation was put in their heart and the inspiration that was written down in the scriptures. We understand it because why? We live in it. We understand that this is the time of this prophecy.
That's right.
Right? And that prophecy that passed. Right? We could tell the times that we are in. But
the scripture say true babes, babes and sucklings.
Remove the knowledge from elders and give it unto what? Babes and suckling. Right.
The scripture say that is in what? Deuteronomy 32. Say ask the elders and they shall show thee. But if you ask the elders, they can't show you anything.
Man fucking up with pension, boy.
You're busy playing cards, looking to play cards and drink. So they can't tell the youth where it's to come.
This is Revelation chapter 14 verse 4. Right? It says, that's not a 3. That's not a 2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. You wanna break down? Revelation chapter 14 verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven as it was a voice of many waters, as a voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of the harpers harping with their harps. Right? And they sung as it was a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
Yeah, because the scripture in Psalms 119 verse 54 say thy precepts was I sung in the it was a pilgrimage. You understand? So right about now the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the precepts of the Most High that we sung, and only the hopefully elect, or the matter of fact only the elect could really understand that song.
Yeah, because that's what pilgrimage means, what a long journey. Right, we are not journey from the time you come in, from the time you get sealed with this word from the beginning, from you get sealed with the name, Salakia. Right? Your journey start and your affliction start. Right? Because what? Sirach chapter 2. My son will now come and say, so the Lord prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? So here it says, which will redeem from the earth. These are they which will not defile with women, for they are virgins. Yeah. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Yeah, so we was the ones who was bought back. You understand, with a price, because we don't go and shed blood first. We go and buy us back from these other nations.
That's right.
You understand, and these virgins, how? Because we only stick to the precept. We don't go off. We don't go into other doctrines and try to mix it in, because we don't do anything. Really, actually, what you're trying to do there is corrupt clean water, and really actually they can't corrupt this water. This is uncorruptible water.
So like, and also, but we being virgins, what? Prior to this truth, what happened? We will. For example, some of us was born Christian or Catholic, right? What our parents would have put us through first communion. What next thing? They have a next step that is doing the Catholic Church after that too. Some would see after
christening and thing kind of thing.
Christening, first communion, and have a next one. Confirmation. They have these different rituals that they do, right? Some of us might have been in Islam, right? Some of us might have been in whatever different Baptists, right? All that is Christianity, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, they didn't stick in us. We always was like, hey, something missing. Right? That means that what it means. We were virgin, the doctrines never stick. The false philosophies never stick. Right? But when we hear this stick. Right? When the elect hear this, it stuck. Right? What?
This is Hosea 3 and start at 1. Then said Yahawah unto me, go yet, love a woman beloved of a friend, yet an adulteress according to the love of Yahawah, toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine. So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for an homer of barley, and a half homer of barley. And I said unto her, thou shalt abide for me many days, thou shalt not play the harlot, and thou shalt not be for another man, so will I also be for thee. So like basically same thing as saying we grew up in these false Christianize, where you call it, you understand?
Or any other doctrine.
And the Lord made us clean and he said, hey, stay there. Don't go and play the harlot until he come back.
He got his angels in us. He kept the seduction from certain foundation in our head. Right?
Yeah, just feel like, you know, when you watch the movies and you see a young fella, father gave break a heart in two sons to separate from the birth, and one at this half, like next one at the next half, and when they come together and they make the whole thing, yeah, that's
I come like this movie with the twin dragons and cartoon.
And the scripture for this one. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 19. Go ahead and get yours. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, and I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursings. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mayest love Yahawah thy power, thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life, and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahawah sware unto thy fathers Abraham, Isaac, and unto Jacob to give them.
Yeah, because Yahawah himself is omnipotent, he's life itself. And what he did, he made a covenant with us and gave us the laws of life. I think that is in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, right? Because, hey, we just always use that example like with a phone, right? Because a phone need a manual, which will be laws like how to use the phone. You understand? And if you really read the instructions, because the laws is instructions how to live. If you really read the instructions properly on how to use the phone will have a long lasting life. But if not, you'll frig up the phone, and that's what Israel do. Israel didn't keep the laws, so basically their lifespan cut. And what the scripture say, my people have done evil, they have forsaken me the fountain of living waters, I do them a broken cisterns. Because why scripture say, so like the scripture say, the gods of the nations are nothing, they can't profit us nothing, they can't teach us nothing. With Yahawah Shem Yahushai dwelleth wisdom.
That's right.
And wisdom is the fear of the Most High and the beginning of life.
That's right. This is Jeremiah chapter 21 verse 8. And unto this people thou shalt say, thus saith Yahawah, behold, I set before you the way of life and the way of death.
Yeah, the way of life and the way of death. So guess what? If you ain't keep the commandments, obviously you're going to die.
That's right.
And that's why if you keep it, you'll live. Because really actually, you know what's going on with 2/3 of these people out here. Matter of fact, all the nations who drunk on with the philosophy of flicking Esau. You understand? Them don't know how terrible Yahawah Shem Yahushai is. That's why he coming to remind them too. You understand? Because the Most High, he ain't about to fuck with. Really and truly. He's terrible. He say, I kill and I heal. He say he's the only one who can raise his hand to heaven and say, hey, I live forever. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39. You understand? Really and truly. It's like what we were saying yesterday. With a man who built a robot. He built the robot for his purpose, right? And the robot serving another master, whatever the case is, not knowing that the person who built the robot is the one who had the power to just switch it off. Yahawah Shem Yahushai is the one with the power to switch. The scripture say, if he draw back his spirit, all flesh shall turn to dust. There ain't no somebody to play with, Jed.
That's something you feel. This is Joshua chapter 24. Verse 14, it says, now therefore fear Yahawah and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
Yeah, fear Yahawah and serve him in sincerity and in truth. You understand? With what? A pure heart, a pure mind. You understand? Fear him and do he will. Love Yahawah Shem Yahushai.
Right. It says, put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve Yahawah Shem Yahushai.
Yeah, but when the wood and stone, that is not your life. You better than the wood and stone. You create the wood and stone. Right.
It says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahawah, choose ye this day whom will ye serve.
Choose yourself, God.
Whether the gods which your father served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Ammonite in whose land he dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahawah. Hashem Yahushai.
The men of GMS, the sincere men of GMS who come out here, you know, the men who really sign and cry, the men who ain't going and get in that laid back flicking spirit and get comfortable out here. Because really and truly, you know, I didn't finish the precept, but Psalms 119 verse 104 said, should I precepts? You understand? I get understanding, therefore I hate every evil way. So
False way.
man, every false way.
Man, because if it's not truth, it's false. Right? If it's not true, it's false. So telling me that having fringes is keeping the law, and that more righteous than calling upon the name of the Lord, that is false. You understand? Well, this brother gonna read it. Well,
Second Esdras 59. Yeah, second Esdras 7:59. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people who, while he lived, said, choose thee life that thou mayest live.
choose the life that thou mayest live. The Most High gave us an ultimatum. Alright? Go ahead.
Nevertheless, they believe him not.
But he gave us that ultimatum knowing that 2/3 of the people are still going to do wickedness. Because it's only his elect is going to be righteous. Understand it? That which has been is that which shall be. When in the time of Noah, there was only 8 people found righteous. And the whole world, the whole planet was found wicked. So he only had 8 righteous. And the planet was repopulated after that. So what do you think is going to happen now? He's telling you the number to be saved is 144,000. And there's a mixed multitude. The 1/3 that we don't know that figure. Right? Because what? We know in part and we prophesy in part. Right? We don't know that. It's not up to us to know. But for now, what we know is that we have to come out here and bid the elect to the calling, to the marriage. What?
Secret things belonging unto Yahawah, but that which is revealed unto us.
Nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him.
Right, they believe not. They didn't believe Noah. Y'all, the ark, building an ark. I can't remember as 100 years Noah took to build the ark. It was quite a while. I can't remember how much years exactly, right? But he prophesied and he continued to do his work. Noah didn't stop. They didn't take the mock and scoff after him. Because when Noah said the rain is coming, all that was coming up from it didn't have rain. All that they knew was what the dew coming up from the earth. Right? But for the floods to come, for the rains to come, Yahawah sent that rainfall to flood the whole earth. Right? And when they saw that the word of the prophet Noah was true, they came to try to enter into the ark. The scripture said that the Spirit of the Lord kept the door shut. That's why that last movie, Noah, was bullshit. When Tubal Cain coming on the ark, that was bullshit. That's Esau's treachery, Esau's deception. But go ahead.
Nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him.
Go ahead.
Nor me, which have spoken unto them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, and shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation.
That is it. Right? They believe not. So it's going to be plenty heaviness. What the scripture said, in the last day it's going to be weeping, mourning, and gnashing of teeth. That's right. Because you all believe not the prophets. You all believe not the men that come here and sigh and cry. And telling you all why there's so much abomination on the land. We're telling you all what? You all believe not that the mark of the beast is the chip. They have the chip. Right? That when they implement it, what? You're not going to be prepared. You all will take the chip. Because you know why? The people are foolish. They are selfish children. The latest fad. They are seduced. If having a cell phone in your hand is the next thing to be top on top, as I say, they want it. They will do anything to get it. Go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 4. Start at 4. It says, for if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them in chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the whole world, but saved Noah and 8 persons, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Flood upon the world of the ungodly. This is what happened in the past. And you're going to be flooded when nuclear missiles to come. Right? In World War III. Alright? That's the next flood.
Now we're going to cause the lakes on fire.
That's going to cause the earth to rock to and fro. That's what going to cause the earth to rock to and fro, man. Yeah, we started talking about the wickedness. What's up with that? That is wickedness.
And now, more than ever, you know, she has man, right?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
So, you know, she man had to be on some kind of bitch level to it. Because watch me, being a man out here, knowing how to tell how to lay a woman attach herself and take to him. When a woman attach herself helter skelter, she man is not no man.
She man is not no man.
You understand? Because your woman, if you're a real alpha male, your woman supposed to leash home appropriate. Let me say, not in the world. Let me say not in the truth. You're in the world. You supposed. But I see women leaving the home basically naked. I see men holding a woman walking through town so, and the woman half naked, and the woman watching it in her face so.
When we started the other night, down the road, she was basically naked. She was in her panty and her bra. But I'm not coming, man. She was there. She winding up.